Logic podcast is live for episode 22. First time featuring Brianna Chestock, aka DJ's girlfriend, aka my future sister-in-law. Woo woo!
Oh man, put the pressure on early.
Right? Bree has been one of the most dedicated supporters, followers, listeners, you name it, and one of the biggest criticizers as well. I may throw that out there, but it's in all good fun and love. Her face is priceless to see it.
This definitely should be visual.
Yes, but it's okay.
You can change it if you want.
No, it's okay.
Doesn't her top look like Natty Light?
It does. Natter Days. The Natter Days. Yeah.
TJ Maxx.
Dang, maybe they really should be visual. It's okay. Well, Bree and DJ just got back from a phenomenal trip, but as we know, we are still in this weird state of life with COVID and restrictions here, restrictions not there, cases rising here, cases not rising there. But with all that being said, they got back from a weekend trip in Las Vegas. So Sin City, Las Vegas, you know, the city in the desert, all the flashy lights where, you know, people lose their life dreams, sorrows, money, all that good stuff. So DJ and Bree, I haven't heard anything about it other than the pictures and flight delays and issues, so let's hear about it.
So, you know how they have, this is kind of actually big news. You know how they have the chapels there?
Shut the hell up! I asked DJ to marry me like 5 times. I was like, let's go to that chapel, and every time he said no. Every single time I was like, do you even want to marry me? He was like, well, not here.
Your eyes, you know, just went like...
Did you really think? We would never be able to keep that
all I
a
kept thinking
secret.
was the Hangover. I'm like, oh god, no.
I would have done it. If you had been like, let's do it, I would have done it.
It was really funny because like we saw, like they have one all over. Every hotel has one, right? So like the one specifically at the Mandalay Bay. Every time we passed it. In Mandalay Bay. Every time we passed it, right? Every single time, which was more often than it should have been, she was like, hey, want to get married? No.
That's awesome.
And then when we were driving back to the hotel with Randy, we passed like 5 or 6, right? And every single time, like I think one of them was like the really famous one.
The Elvis one, probably. You get married
There's
by
like
someone
10
that
of
dresses up
them.
as
Apparently,
Elvis.
there's 10 of the Elvis ones.
My God, things are great.
But like, there's one like the Little White
Chapel. Is that
Little
what
White
it's called?
Chapel. I think that's the famous one.
Uh-huh.
But it was like no, and we passed one that was like shut down, like it was like closed, it looked deserted and all that. And I was like, oh shoot, if that one was open, that was the one. I was waiting for that one the whole time.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Well, I guess our trip started off rough.
Real rough.
It started off pretty bad, but then it ended up being good.
So,
Cody is slightly aware of this.
This is the only part that I'm aware of, and I'm still blown and upset for you all. But
so
I'm still upset too.
I gave you a very brief overview of what happened.
So let's hear it from. Let's do this trip in segments. Let's do just the getting there.
Okay. So the
Chapter
getting
1.
there, which literally took up what should have been
12 to 13 hours of our trip.
Yeah, like of our time in Vegas, right? So we took Spirit airliners.
Shameless plug, never fly Spirit.
Your first shameless plug and you do it wrong. Is that how you plug something?
I like how this is the one criticism
Shameless
everyone.
plug.
Shameless plug, only fly United and Delta.
There you
Yeah.
go. We'll
No, we learned our lesson.
Screw
First
you,
off,
Spirit.
like Spirit, like the cheaper airlines are great, right? Like if you're doing like a backpack, like one way, you don't care where you sit, all that kind of stuff, right? Like,
I think it would be great if you were going alone. Like for us, it's not great because we want to sit with each other. We want to do this, like.
Well, like we want to sit with each other. We wanted to check bags. We can actually bring, you know, like selections of clothes and have, you know, space to bring stuff back, right?
Yeah.
Like we like, but once you start getting into all the add-ons on those airlines, like it's just as much as
United, American, a big one, yeah.
right? Like like we did not spend less.
I would say we probably would have spent the same amount if we had gone United the whole time. Maybe like $100 to $200 more if we had flown United.
But the stress that
whole time.
stress that Spirit caused.
Because even when we got there was another fee added on to everything.
Yeah. So okay, I think I already mentioned this, but I'm not sure. What is the standard luggage checked bag weight?
Somewhere between 30 and 50 pounds.
It's 50.
It's 50. The standard is 50.
Right.
Okay? Not Spirit. We weighed the bag before going, 45.
Because I was worried it was going to be
over
it
is 50. Yeah, it is
40,
50.
Yeah. It was 45.8 pounds, right? And we were like, oh, should we take some stuff out? I'm like, no, it's fine. It's 45 point.
I think I took out a hairdryer and that was it.
Yeah, right? I'm like, the hotel has a hairdryer. Like, you don't have to bring one.
It was fine.
Well, it was a crappy one, but...
It dried my hair.
Anyways.
It was fine.
So we're like, oh, it's fine. We get there. There's this 40. But like,
so we already were on a bad note when we got to the airport.
Like, okay, that's $30 extra for every single flight.
Every one.
No, it would have just been...
Are you sure?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Well, it wasn't like we were getting our bag and taking it every time. Like, if they were I
think every time it would have transferred from plane to plane.
Because they don't weigh it between. What they do is, okay, we leave our bag in Richmond, and we don't see it again until we get to Las Vegas.
But then coming back, it would have been.
Coming back, it would have been another $30.
Oh, okay, so 30 there, 30
so
back.
That's another extra 60 after we paid a crap ton of money to pick seats because the seats was every flight. So, of course, we wanted to sit next to each other. And every single flight we had to pay, it was probably like $10, $10, whatever, to pick our seats. But, we were supposed to have 2 planes there, and on the way back, 3 planes. So that's 5 times you're choosing to pick seats. It's too much.
So, anyways. Jesus. So, we got distracted by the initial low cost. So we went with that one. We learned our lesson. Won't do that one again. But, so we go. We're already paying more than we should have just because of the add-ons and all that kind of stuff. The heavy bag, which wasn't heavy for your standard airliner. Okay. Then we get there, and what time is it supposed to take off?
We were supposed to take off at 12:22.
12:22
p.m. Right?
PM.
PM, and we're supposed to get in Vegas at 10:30.
10:40.
Yeah.
That Thursday night.
Vegas time.
Yes.
Vegas time. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So that way we were supposed to have Thursday night to be like our relaxing night. Like, okay, let's get accustomed. Let's just settle down. Maybe go down to the casino for that night. Probably not, to be honest, but just relax.
But we could,
right?
if we wanted to, we could have. Yeah.
Right? Maybe we could take a step out of our hotel and see the Strip, right? Like, get all kind of like the new, jitters out of the way, and then enjoy the rest of the weekend. Nope.
No. So we get on the plane. I'm like, yes, like I'm on the plane, like I'm so excited, like
yeah, we literally get on.
You guys sent me a
we were
snap
literally like,
yeah,
this is happening. Like, oh my gosh, no, nothing's wrong. Perfect.
We were on the actual stinking plane.
Then the pilot comes on.
No, before the pilot even came on, I got a notification that said our flight was delayed by 1 hour to 1:30.
That's right. You kept getting those notifications before they would tell us.
I got something on my phone before they even made an announcement, which anyways, I think is kind of wrong. But
anyways, we're sitting on the plane. Like, we were excited. We were like, this is happening, right? I think we had our own aisle.
There was a man in our seat, but he ended up getting up and moving.
To the front.
Yeah.
So we were happy. And then she gets a notification, and then the pilot comes on. And the pilot was like, so we went through a storm on the way here.
Which I think is a lie.
I disagree with you, but we have like static discharge or something along those lines. Some kind of a static thing, right? And he was like, I don't think this should be a problem, but we have to have the airport come out and inspect it.
He said, I would take off now if I could.
Yeah, he was like, I would take off now. I don't think it would be a big deal. It should be fine. It's going to take about an hour, 2 hours at most for the inspection, right? So we're like, a 2-hour delay? God, what we would have given to have a 2-hour delay.
But our layover so we were supposed to go Richmond to Fort Lauderdale, and our layover was 5 hours and 50 minutes.
So it's fine.
It's
fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
We were like thinking positive. We were like, okay, that's just less time we're doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine, right? Like, we know this airport. We know that we can go back out and do whatever.
But I did not. In the back of my mind, I was very skeptical. And you were like, no, it's fine. And I was like,
right off
the bat said, we're not getting to Vegas. Or I didn't say we're not getting to Vegas, but I said we're not getting on there. We're not leaving on this airplane.
You're naturally pessimistic, though.
But from my experience, like from what my family is like this happened to Connor one time. He was in Newport News and he got on the airplane. They got them off the airplane. We had to go back and get him from the airport because that plane didn't take off.
So they give us the option. They're like, they're going to come out and inspect the plane. We can sit on the plane or you can get off. But if one person gets off, we all have to deboard. Right? And I was like, okay. And the second he said that, saw like 5 people just get up right away. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're all getting off. Thanks a lot, guys. I was like, oh, I thought we were just going to wait this thing out.
You're right?
Yeah, like, I'm fine. This chair's more comfy. I think that chair was actually comfy.
That
like the first flight?
That airplane was?
The first one.
Shame,
it wasn't
we never got to
horrible.
find out.
Yeah. So we were like, I'm
Spoiler.
fine. Yeah, right. So then we get off the plane. All right, we go back out. And, like, hour by hour, it just kept getting pushed back. Then we find out through like hearing other people talk around us that the plane was struck by lightning, right? And we were like, that sounds like crazy. That's not true. It's just gossip or whatever, right? Then we hear from the actual people who work at the airport that the plane did get hit by lightning, and apparently there was a hole in the plane that like the plane was just decommissioned, like it would not work.
Right.
So like they had to bring another plane from Detroit, right? Because Spirit didn't have any other planes at the Richmond airport, right? So that's a 2-hour flight from there.
That's insane.
Okay? So that, automatically gives you a 2-hour delay, right? But then that plane obviously doesn't take off right away. So then it gets pushed back further and further and further, right? And each time so every time it gets pushed back, like hour by hour, right? We're like, oh, it's getting really close to our layover. Like, oh, we're not going to make that time, whatever. And we keep going back up to the ladies at the front who are like kind of rearranging everybody because nobody's going to Fort Lauderdale for fun.
No.
Like that's a layover.
That group of girls who was drinking tequila in the bathroom were.
That's true.
That was one of the first things that happened at the airport. I went to the bathroom to go, and they're taking shots of tequila in the bathroom, and I was just like, yes.
They were going to go party with their friends. Okay, so they were going to Fort Lauderdale. Okay, but everybody else is getting connecting flights, right? So these poor people are like the people who work. I guess they're Spirit employees.
Yes.
They're like the gate ladies, right?
Yeah.
They're like the one lady was not. The one lady, like the main lady that was talking to us at first, she was not a Spirit employee. She worked for the airport.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because she had a different shirt.
Okay, that makes sense.
Anyways, so they keep rearranging our time, right? Like they keep going like, okay, now you're supposed to get there this time, so now we have to change you to this layover flight, which takes off at this time, which gets you to there. And we're like, okay, that works. Then we left. And then we get another delay. So then we come back and we go, okay, what now? Because now our layover doesn't work anymore, so what now? Then they would change it again. And now it's like, okay, well now this layover, you'll get off at Fort Lauderdale, but then you're going to take a flight from there to Orlando, and then from Orlando, you're going to go to LA, and then from LA, you're going to go to Vegas, and you'll get there by tomorrow night.
That is
and it's like,
insane.
Oh, I lost it at that point.
And it's like, okay, that's the best, right? And we're like, okay, fine. I think I'm jumping around a little bit, but you'll get that gist. So it's like, okay, fine. Like, whatever. That's the best we can do. Fine, right?
No.
But then, I'm jumping around a little bit, but they'll get the idea.
Well, yeah.
But then, we go up to the lady, right? And we made really good friends with this other lady. She was like,
she was a grandmother, which she did not look like a grandmother.
Amazing.
She was, I think she said she was like 48.
Young. Yeah.
But she was trying to get to Vegas for her granddaughter's first birthday. So, like, she obviously wanted to get there as soon as possible. Also, like, we wanted to get there as soon as possible.
She had her grandchild with her, I guess, the little kid.
I think that was her son who was with her. Yes, he looked way older than a grandchild.
She's got a wide range of kids then.
Whatever.
Anyways.
It doesn't matter.
We connected with them a lot because, like, we were kind of in the same boat. We were both trying to get there. For different reasons. We wanted to go get drunk, and she wanted to go celebrate.
Well, also, we paid for Thursday night in that hotel, and now we're not getting Thursday night. So, like, I'm not getting my money back from Mandalay Bay, which, like, isn't their fault. Like, I tried, but obviously, like, like that's your own fault. You know?
We go talk to them, and they're like, yeah, actually, that lady over there got us hooked up for like an earlier flight. So she's like, we're getting there in the morning. So we're like, no way.
It was like 8 in the morning.
So we go up, and we're like, hey. Not to throw them under the bus, but they said that you said this. And she was like, let me see what I can do. And she hooked us up.
And I was proud of myself because I was nice to her. And if I hadn't been nice to her, she would not have hooked us up. I was so nice to this lady. And through my tears, I was nice to her.
Yeah, so she hooked us up, right? Then there was another delay, right? Which threw that whole plan out the window.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the getting there in the morning threw out the window.
Getting us at 8, that one then got thrown out the window. Because at this point now, the flight won't be there till... Or at this point, we wouldn't be taking off till 8:30, 9:30.
Pretty much it got to the point where it was delayed so much where the plane from Detroit was now not working.
Yeah, because guess what? The plane was broken.
Yeah. So they couldn't get the plane that was supposed to
take us. All of their planes are broken.
The plane that was supposed to take us was struck by lightning, so it's not working. Okay. And then the plane from Detroit is not working, so now they have to find another plane to bring it over to us. Right.
And Richmond's not like you've been there. It's not a big airport, so it's not like they have, all these different planes. Like they don't have other Spirit planes. That was the only Spirit plane in Richmond.
So finally, they were like, okay, pretty much your options are you can cancel with us or take the exact same flight that you were going to take today originally tomorrow. So like a 10:30 departure, get there at, or
we would have gotten there at 10:45 Friday night.
Yeah.
So then we would have lost an entire 24 hours there.
Yeah.
Which I was like, at that point, we said, then we're just not going to go.
Yeah, at that point I was like, it's
and
not
then
worth it.
I really lost it.
It's not worth it to fly, over, whatever, how long it would there, and then be there for maybe 24 hours total and then fly back. Like, it's not worth it.
No.
It's not worth it for, like, the tiredness and all that.
No.
Anyways, so as we're in line, right, after she said that, I was like, Bree, look up, and because we were looking up other flights, right? We were, like, looking up other flights, and we were like, no, that's not going to work. Like, that's too expensive, whatever, right? I was like, look up any flight, anything at all that leaves tomorrow morning that gets us there as soon as possible. We're going to book it, like, whatever it is. Right? Mm-hmm. And she found
United.
I always say Discover. She found United, right? Leaving out of Richmond at
7 in the morning.
7 in the morning, getting to Vegas at
10:40.
10:40.
Vegas time
in the morning. We're like, okay, book it. So we booked it right there. We went up to the Spirit.
That was the one-way ticket you told me before.
Well,
well, so we had one layover in Chicago, and I called my dad before we booked it. Because I was, like, not about to get on a flight that I was like, it's not going to get there. And he was like, no. Because we had a layover in Chicago. He was like, no, you'll be fine. Like, that's their, like, hub. They'll have other planes there. And they did. Oh, my God. They had so many United planes there. He was like, you'll get there. So
we took
that's
United.
what we did.
We took United. Got to Vegas.
Fantastic airline, by the way.
Fantastic. Amazing. The first flight, I got bumped up to what they call first class.
But it was the big seat.
It was more like business. Like, it wasn't anything
He
fancy.
never came back to me. He sat up there the whole time.
Not true. I brought you my stroopwafel.
You did, which you ended up eating.
Yeah, they gave us stroopwafel.
Yeah, we didn't have to pay for anything. On Spirit, you had to pay $3 for a bottle of water.
Yeah, right? Like, on a 4-hour flight. On our way back, we end up taking Spirit on the way back.
I got a bottle of water. I got a whole can of ginger ale. I got pretzels. I got stroopwafels. I got to pick my seat for free. I got to take my bag, 50 pounds.
Did they have booze on this flight or no?
I think you have to pay for booze.
You get to pay for booze,
that's
right?
That's understandable with COVID and everything.
Yeah, but like,
I think there's no international.
I think like Spirit.
They had
literally
booze,
like
but it's probably
whenever they would walk around, they'd be like,
$20.
"Drinks or snacks for purchase? Drinks or snacks for purchase?" As they're walking up and down the aisle, nobody buys anything. Like, nobody's paying you $4 for a bag of pretzels. Like, that's ridiculous.
I'll just go like put my face under the sink and drink the water. Like, I don't know.
Anyways, we had a horrible time getting to Vegas. And we lost 12 hours, but we got there. Mm-hmm. And then we start our trip in Vegas.
Chapter 1 ends.
Chapter 1 ends.
After the United flight was safe and sound from Richmond to Chicago.
Oh, and our Uber driver was terrible, too.
Maybe we should try, like...
I asked, should the Uber be part 1 or part 2?
Well, we can make part 2.
Uber part 2.
Part 2, we land in Las Vegas. I'm like, yes, we made it. Here's all the slot machines.
Pause. We should do like a test thing where it's like you actually make like a part 1 and break, and you do like one of those little screens that says like be back soon or whatever, like whatever.
Okay.
And then part 2 starts up and it's just like going part 2.
Has it been as many minutes as I think it's been? I'm like, we've been talking for 30 minutes.
20. So close.
Oh, I'm so sorry to all people who listen to this and you just heard about my plane fiasco for 20 minutes.
No, but that's just it. People, I mean, no one else is flying right now, so people want to know.
Yeah.
Well, I will say
there's one thing people miss is that horrible plane rides.
Right.
Okay. We might come back to this when we talk about our way home, but United did a decent...
Yes. As far as COVID
a decent
goes.
job with COVID. Like, they gave us wipes getting on the plane. You had to wear a mask on the plane. My biggest, like, gripe with that was I would have liked to have seen, like, no middle seats. So our plane was, like, 3 seats, aisle, 3 seats. I would have liked to seen no middle seats. And, like, I get it. You guys have to make money somehow. But also, I think that would be smarter. Or, like, if you had parties of people, you could keep them together. But, like, if it was random people, I would have liked to have seen no middle seats.
It was uncomfortable sitting next to somebody else, like,
that you didn't
shoulder
know.
to shoulder.
Yeah.
But as you walk onto the plane, it had clearly been cleaned.
You could smell
very
it.
thoroughly. Like,
Yeah,
it
like, you
smelled
could
like
smell.
straight
That's
alcohol,
good.
like walking in.
That's good.
Like the air blowing in felt clean.
Probably got a buzz
Yeah.
from the smell.
Probably.
So
And that's why we enjoyed it.
that, like, I said, if I'm gonna catch COVID, it's from the plane, not Vegas. That's
Yes.
what I think,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
But we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, Bree's getting tested tomorrow.
I'm getting tested at 1:30.
Oh, this is like official Joe Rogan status. We'll
Right.
see in 12 hours.
I'm getting a rapid test at 1:30 tomorrow, so we will know. And DJ's getting his Thursday, so
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm
Fingers
just going to
crossed.
either get it or
I'll let you know.
test it.
we'll let you know. Can I start part 2?
Okay, yeah. Part 2 starting
No.
now.
Okay, so we landed at the airport. Things are great. We finally made it to Vegas. I'm so
Dry
happy.
heat's amazing.
I could cry. I'm like, oh my god, thank you, we made
You
it.
just pick up like desert sand and like throw it at like LeBron James for a game. Just like,
No,
yes!
why didn't I think to do anything like that? No, I just started picking up drinks.
Touche, I would too after all that.
So we catch an Uber, which now, by the time this comes out, things should be pretty normal. I had listened to something on another, like, podcast or vlog or something, and they said Uber drivers aren't as plentiful there because...
Wait, you listen to other podcasts?
Yes, I do.
I'm kidding.
Sorry.
City Logic number 1. Come on.
Yeah, you guys know I listen every time you have something.
Touche.
Anyways, so I was worried about getting in an Uber and I didn't want to take a taxi because taxis apparently are like really expensive there and they like screw you over. But we got an Uber and our Uber driver was not a good driver. And I asked him for a recommendation. I was like, where is your favorite place to get brunch here? Like a buffet? Because like after doing research, that's like the big thing in Vegas. Even though they don't have them really going on right now, I was just curious. And he said, Denny's.
Wait, before he said Denny's, he said, brunch?
I
What's brunch?
wanted to cry. How do you not know what brunch is?
Did he at least
He
look
wasn't like super
He-
English. Like,
No.
he was definitely like kind of a different language.
He
his
was a
primary
little bit
language.
foreign.
But it was like brunch, you know, like breakfast, lunch.
Like the best meal of
And
the
he was
week.
like, oh yeah. For me, probably Denny's.
My mouth was
Like,
catching flies.
Anything on the strip, and he goes, oh, Caesar's is really good. He was like, what?
Denny's?
You just throw out things you know.
Denny's?
Dude, we all know we got a Waffle House before anything.
Waffle House.
Do they even
Exactly.
have Waffle House in Vegas?
Probably not.
I'm sorry, but if you're going to Waffle
That's-
House in
Waffle
Vegas, you're
House-
not doing Vegas
No.
right.
Waffle House is not a strip, okay? That's two streets to the side.
Maybe
Oh, you're
4.
right. You're
Yeah,
right.
Waffle
Downtown.
House-
It's downtown.
Waffle House is 2 streets to the side of
Yeah.
the strip. Yeah.
So that like really threw. Whatever. We got to the hotel, and
Oh, I'll show you pictures. As
let
we're
me
going through.
tell you. We drive up and I was just like, thank you, like I picked a great place. It's like, have you seen what it looks like online? Have you seen pictures of Mandalay Bay?
I've been to Mandalay Bay.
Oh, you've been there before?
I've been to Vegas twice.
I didn't know that.
No, it's okay.
This is Brie before she was upset with the airport.
Aw, womp womp.
No, I look high in that picture. That's after our flight got delayed the
This was
first
after
time.
the flight got delayed. That was me trying to be artsy.
You can tell I'm doing the stress head hold.
For everyone listening, DJ's showing me his pictures as we go.
Yeah.
So we roll up to Mandalay Bay, and it is like all gold. It is beautiful. I'm like, yes, there's plants outside everywhere. I'm
dry
like,
heat.
Yes. Oh my God.
Heat was
the
amazing.
dry heat.
You
don't know a good thing till it's gone.
True.
It is all it's hyped up to be. Like, it is. We'll get into that later.
That was the first time we haven't been out since we went out.
Yeah. That was my first time ever.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
And coming from someone who spends a lot of time outside right now in Richmond.
And here's the thing, right? Is I talked it up the whole way, right? It might have been an in and out situation, right? Where Tristan talks it up the whole time. And then when we get there, I'm like, it's not that great, right? I talked it up so much. When we walked outside the door of the airport, right? I don't think it hit her right away how great it was, right? Because she was like, this is hot, right? Because it felt hot.
Yeah.
Right? But we're kind of in the sunlight, but then you go into the shade and you're like, oh, it cools off pretty dramatically in the shade, right? But then you're like, in the sunlight, it's hot, right? So, anyways, we'll get into the dry heat later because it comes into
because it gets even better.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So we get to Mandalay Bay though. It's beautiful. The lobby is beautiful. It's gigantic. I don't know how you thought about it since you've stayed somewhere different. I loved it. I was like, awesome. Yes, this place is awesome. They got us checked in. We got up to our room. We had the perfect room because it was like, so you get off the elevator and it was like right there. Like you just went around. It wasn't like at the very end of the hallway. Yeah, this hallway's so that was really nice.
I'm just showing pictures of the room as you talk.
That's fine. I took better ones on my phone. Oh, it's in your room.
That's okay. I'll just show.
I took ones before. That was the last day we were there. And like, so you can take the elevator. The elevator from our floor went right down to the pool, which was really clutch for me. Because that was half the reason we stayed there was for the pool. So
there was a TV in the mirror.
In the mirror in the bathroom, so you could like watch TV while you were getting ready.
In the mirror.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was really cool.
Now,
and the view was beautiful.
It wasn't as good as it sounds because it was like a tiny little screen, and it was.
Oh, we didn't use it except for the one time.
It was stuck on like the same
like the news channels that were pissing me off, but.
You're in Vegas. It's hot. Tomorrow it's gonna be hot.
I know.
Back to you, Bob.
Right. But it was a good sized room, and I know the one you guys stayed at when you guys all went together was a lot big. Like y'all had a suite, so like we just had a room with like one bed and like, but it was a perfect size for the trip that we were doing.
It was a nice room.
It wasn't like we were spending the it's not like we went to spend the time in the room. Like
exactly.
Like it served its purpose. It was I thought it was really big. The view was beautiful. So like when you looked out, we could see what was that stadium? Allegiant Stadium? Is that what it was called?
I think so. Yeah, the new Raider Stadium.
The new one that they just built.
In that video. That
yeah. And you could like, oh my God, you could see the mountains. Oh, I gotta rewind just a second. When we were flying, I saw the Grand Canyon and the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
So that was really exciting for me.
Awesome.
Because I want to go to the Grand Canyon. So that was really fun for me. Okay, fast forward again. So our room was great. I had a really good view.
This is the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, but it's like near right here.
We got there and like we changed we went right to the pool.
Going back to the Hoover or the Grand Canyon, I'm pretty sure we saw the spot we went to.
Really?
Like, okay, I don't know this for a fact, but I've been saying this as if I did.
Did you feel the sunburn that we got?
Yes. I think there are not that many airports around the Grand Canyon.
No, there's only like one. I think.
If there's only one, then I know for a fact we saw where we went.
It's right nearby.
Because there's the airport right there, right? There's like kind of like the weird woods almost, right? Where you're like, wait, we're at the Grand Canyon. There's like trees. They're not supposed to be trees.
Yeah.
And then you see the path that follows around it, right? And it was like crowded. Like that was the spot we went to. And I'm like, Bree, that's the spot we went to. Like that's the ledge right there.
You want to know what I said? Yeah. I said, wow.
Okay. Jumping back forward, we're in Vegas.
So we got there, the room's great, and we change and we go to the pool, because I'm like dying to go down to the pool. And we got in really easily to the pool. I was a little bit worried, because you like read stuff that they're like, oh, there's going to be a wait list, whatever. But we got right into the pool.
Wait, did we go to the pool first?
Yes.
We did. This is that night, right?
That was the next day.
Okay.
That was the next day we went to the strip.
Okay, then I'll see.
We went right to the pool, and this is when I started to realize everything here is going to be like way more money than I thought, and I was like,
oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, no. Let's just
wait. I'll get the glass. We brought the glass back with us.
The cup.
The cup.
That cup is lame. We should have brought the Fat Tuesday cup. Oh my god, I sent plenty of pictures and took plenty of pictures with those cups. Those were like the most amazing thing to happen to me.
Cody.
No. So we look at all the different pools because there's a bunch of different. There's like 6 or 7 different pool areas. So there's the wave pool, and I was like, I'm not going in the wave pool. I don't want to go in the wave pool, but the wave pool has sand.
No. I was saying, what about there being 6 pools?
No, so there's more than that. I think there's that one that we saw for the first time on Sunday when you first walk in.
Yeah.
So there's that one. We didn't sit by that one at all. There's the wave pool, which has like a sandy, like beachy area.
That's awesome.
There was lazy river. There was.
And then there was
the like east pool, and then the west pool is where we sat at.
It was like chill and relax and drink.
Plus the 2 club pools that we couldn't get into, so that's 7 pools.
There was one pool, the 2 club pools. One of them was.
I was so sad we couldn't get into them.
$200.
It was like $200 to rent a chair. Because you had to rent a chair to get into.
And then the
pool.
Other one was $300 in credit. So like you had to pay $300 to get in. But then you spent that much money in alcohol and booze.
Which, for 2 of us, we weren't going to do.
And 2 of us doesn't work. Now, if we went in a group of 4...
I would do it. It would be worth it.
Like, if we were just going to go to the pool for a day...
It's 300 split for 4 people.
Yeah, if we split 300 for 4 people, but then you get free alcohol when you're there. Right?
Wait,
like,
really?
For that price.
You have to spend that amount.
Like, in order to get in, you have to spend $300 in that pool.
Yeah.
So that pool was a day club pool. So basically at the day club pool,
so we couldn't do that because it was like, we're not doing
It's like going to Tap House, but in the day and you're at the pool.
I gotcha.
It's
not a bad deal if you got a couple people.
No, it's not a bad deal.
And like I was bummed because I really wanted to go because I could hear the music and I was like getting all hype and
we'll go back.
You know how I get. Oh my god, yes, I am going back 1,000%.
So we realized that pretty early on.
Get to the pool and I'm like, thank God we're here. Now, I'm so thankful that we were being safe, but I thought it was slightly over the top.
Yeah, so going back, airliners,
Don't come at me.
We thought they were a little lax with their COVID protocol. Like, you had to wear masks the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But that was kind of where it ended. Like, they didn't really do, like, a 6-foot, line entrance or 6-foot gaps on the pool, on the planes or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Vegas goes, amazing.
I was very impressed.
They did COVID, like, extremely
They checked our temperature when we checked in.
Checking in.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Mask and hand washing stations everywhere.
Everywhere.
It was the gun thing.
Whenever you're leaving one spot and going to a new spot, there's a hand washing area. There's
masks and gloves available.
Yep.
Everywhere you looked, you couldn't go 20 feet without there being a station.
If there's a shortage in surgical masks, it's because Vegas has them all.
Oh my god, for real.
Every single employee has a box of surgical masks. They're just handing out if you need them.
Wow.
Right? Like, it's insane. And then it doesn't even stop at the pools. Right? Like, okay, we're outside. Like, there's studies saying that COVID dies the second sunlight hits it. Like, UV lights and all that, right? Yeah. Even at the pools, you have to wear a mask constantly unless you are drinking or eating.
Really?
And then you have to put it right back on.
Even if you're drinking or eating. Like, unless you literally have the drink going to your mouth, they have employees walking around constantly going, do you have a mask? I have a mask for you. And they're like, no, I have a mask. Gosh.
So, like, you couldn't sit out and tan.
If you're in the pool, you don't have to wear one.
That's the only time.
Okay.
Which is why everybody was in the pools.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you'd be, like, trying to tan, and they'd be like, mask? And I'm like, oh, my God. Like, I don't want a mask tan.
I'm trying not to look like a raccoon right now.
Right?
But it was okay, because we spent a lot of time in the pools anyways.
Yeah. So we spent a solid amount of time at the pool that day.
And that's where we made our first financial mistake of the weekend.
That cup right here.
This cup.
We'll send a picture.
This MF cup.
Nice.
I
Cody,
want you to take a guess.
Slushy. Okay?
I want you to guess how much a margarita is.
So we'll put a picture up for those that are tuning in and watching.
An alcoholic slushy, okay? With what, 2 shots? Maybe?
2, maybe. 28 ounces. That was 28 ounces.
How much do you think this was?
With a margarita in it.
$25.
That would be nice.
What?
Oh.
2 of these, $60.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Mm-mm.
We charged it to the room.
And they're not even refillable. They're not even refillable.
Like $60. And if you want another one, you have to pay another $60 for 2.
I can get a Mickey D's sweet tea berry on that for $1.
And I was like, oh, everyone has them. It can't be that bad.
Then we find out everyone who stayed in Vegas must have lots of more money than we do.
But we did charge it to the room, and I was like, oh, I'm so rich.
Yeah, the lady literally said, do you want to charge this to the room? And we were like, what does that mean? We've never done that before. What is that? What entails?
I'm just a kid. Please tell me what that means.
If we charge it to the room, does it disappear? Do we not have to worry about it?
Like, did I actually pay for it?
It gets charged to the credit card that's on the room.
Just like a couple years ago, we walked in the Hard Rock and Eggers. Ooh, M&M's. Ryan was like, no, put those down. No, put those down.
Literally,
those are like $20.
The lady who was checking us in or whatever, right? We were like talking to her, and she was like, everything in your room is weight pressured, so don't pick something up unless you want to buy it.
She said, don't touch the mini fridge. I was like,
don't touch the mini fridge. You're gonna have Fuji waters and coffee. Don't touch them unless you want to buy them.
Pay for them.
And then I looked it up, like on the TV. Like I looked up prices for everything, right? I think the coffees, like a cup of coffee, like with the Keurig. Like the Keurig's right there. It's literally Keurig coffee.
Yeah.
Right? Was like $18. Insanity.
Oh, so bad. So bad.
Insanity.
What if you bring your own? They don't care.
I don't know.
You want me to just bring my Keurig?
No.
It might make my weight limit over 40 pounds, Cody.
I'll never fly Spirit again. But...
I don't know. The Keurig, I don't know. Maybe.
So, question with the cup then. Did you guys, like, at least keep it and, like, bring your own booze next time?
No, we did something even better.
We learned our lesson, which you'll be happy to know for the next time you go to Vegas.
Deal.
For the Strip, specifically.
In, like, 2 months.
Yeah, well, you're
doing... Oh my God, please go and bring me the cup
a different trip than a Strip.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I still hope you go there.
Anyways.
I'm not to that part yet, though.
I know.
So we go to the pool, and we leave the pool because we had a dinner reservation at 9. So we left the pool at, like, what, 5?
Yeah.
We went back and we, like, relaxed and showered and everything. Because we were both pretty tired from traveling, and I was, like, emotionally drained a little bit.
Because we still got there that day.
Yeah.
We still went through all the plane. We woke up at, 5 o'clock that morning to make our
And
flight.
I was definitely... I did not relax until we got on the plane in Chicago. Like... After that plane took off, I felt like I relaxed a lot, but before that, I was really tense.
Distressed because...
Yeah.
Just because I was like, what if something happens? What if we don't get there? And I was really worried. Our flight attendant was so sweet, too. She's like, don't worry, you're going to get there. And I was like, thank you.
Was that the Tiger King fanny pack girl?
You told him?
I did tell him. I texted him when we got on the plane. I was like, she had a Tiger King fanny pack. I think that was on her first flight.
I think so too.
No,
she looked like
it was on our second flight because you were sitting next to me.
She looked like she liked Tiger King.
All the flight attendants were so nice on the United flight though.
Yeah.
So we showered and stuff, and then we
went down. So we got a reservation
and gambled.
Yeah, we gambled for a while, right? Because we were like, oh, like there's a little middle
roulette
time.
Machine, baby.
Went to the roulette machine. We were playing for a while. And our reservation was at 9 o'clock. Okay, 9 o'clock on the Strip in Vegas in the hotel, right? And we were like, okay, for a restaurant, like in the hotel.
Oh, what was it called?
Burger
Bar,
right? Which Randy, because I texted Randy like, yeah, we're going to Burger Bar tonight because we were trying to figure out what we were gonna do for when we were gonna be able to hang out.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, Burger Bar, like that place is like really good. I've been there a couple times. I usually get the Hangover Burger, right? Which is like just a normal burger with like hangover sauce, whatever that is. And I was like, okay, awesome. Like he's been there. It's a good place, right? And we had passed it earlier, right? And the place, like we were past it earlier when we were walking around the hotel exploring. Because as you know, you can walk through those hotels for an hour and not see everything. Like they're massive. There's corridors everywhere. And the place was packed, right? We were like, oh man, good thing we got a reservation, So it was like 8:30, right? We're like, oh, okay, let's just start going up now. We get up there at 8:50, 8:45, right? And we were like, she goes, hey, we had a reservation for 9. I don't know if you guys can sit us early. She goes, yeah, we can sit you. Come on in. We were like, okay.
No, she said my name. She's like, oh, for Brianna? And I was like, yeah.
So like she was waiting for us, right? And we walk in and the place is kind of dead. Not a whole lot going on, right? They close at 9. The reason that was the latest reservation we could set was because that's when they closed. They let us set a reservation for when they close. Why did they let us do that?
So did you get any food?
No.
We got food.
Now their hours online show that they're open until
midnight.
Midnight, right? Because of COVID, they're closing early, but their hours don't show that, right? So when Bree called to set the reservation, she was like, or whatever.
I just did it online. I didn't even call anyone.
She was like, 9 o'clock's the latest they can do. Man, they must be booked the rest of the night.
I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. We'll do 9.
Or like they just don't have reservations that late,
right?
So we were like, okay, we get there. We're like, oh my god, like we feel like jerks. Like we literally are keeping the kitchen here cooking for us.
Yeah.
After closing, first off, we got there and the waiter said, have you guys figured out what you guys want to eat? And we're like, oh, we're kind of looking. Okay, well, just to let you know, the kitchen does close in 2 minutes. And we were like, oh my god, they close at 9. Like that's what kind of when we first realized it.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're so sorry. Like we had no idea. Like,
and we had just ordered a bottle of wine before that.
Yeah,
we
ordered a bottle of wine at 8:54. And then he
comes in. I was like, I wish you had told me before we ordered this whole bottle.
But he was amazing. Our waiter was phenomenal.
He was really nice.
Right? Our waiter was phenomenal.
Shout out to his name. What's his name?
I don't remember.
Jim.
Aww.
I was...
Jim from Vegas.
I don't even remember. He was really...
Luckily, there was like 2 other tables that were already there. Like one table was like a pretty big table. They were kind of eating, finishing up. And a table that was further back. We didn't see them. But... we got a bottle of wine, which is really fancy. We've never had a bottle of wine.
We were feeling really fancy.
Like the guy came over, opened it for us, poured our wine, and all that kind of stuff. He was like,
it's a big step for us.
He's like, do you guys want? He popped it up. He's like, would you like to smell? I'm like, no.
I was like, no, just pour it for me.
He was like, are you sure you don't want to test it? I'm like, just pour it. I'm sure it's fine. It's wine.
You already opened it. Like, let's not waste it. Like, what are you gonna do if I say I don't like it?
It was a $30 bottle of wine. Like, it was the cheapest one on the menu. But we did the math, and we were like, $30 bottle of wine is cheaper than the $18 drink.
Oh, that's how much we paid for this cup and with the booze. So.
Yeah.
So back to there we go for the wine.
Yeah. So we're like, okay, wine it is. Like we like wine, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, food was fantastic.
It was really good.
Really, really good. Fantastic. We tried to speed up a little bit. He kept telling us not to rush. He kept coming over. Don't rush. Don't rush. Like take your time.
You can't help but feel guilty.
Yeah. So like I think we finished around like probably 9:20.
No, before or after that.
After that, you think?
Yeah. There's no way we drank a bottle that quickly.
Rush. That's true.
And I was all messed up. Like my stomach was like so off just from like all the traveling and like stress and the time difference and da 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 da.
Yeah, because it was also 9 o'clock there. It's 12 o'clock here.
Yeah,
right. So we're used to it being midnight. We're just starting to eat. And
that's late for us. 9 o'clock is late for dinner for us here. Like we never eat that late here. So.
Anyways, so then we go back. I think that was kind of the end of that night.
We gambled. We played the roulette machine because we got free. I got that free wine from the lady.
Yeah. We went back and we got free wine from the casino for gambling.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we were having a good time.
We were. I don't think there's a single night I won money.
Before dinner, I was $1 in the green.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went to bed $9.75 in the red.
I think it's black.
Black, whatever.
No. Black is good, red is bad.
So green is good.
No.
Green, good. Red,
bad.
R, retail therapy.
That's what you'll need after 3
months. Okay.
Help me.
Okay.
Rehab's what you'll need after that.
Anyways, I think that was kind of the end of the first night, more or less.
We went to bed.
Went to bed.
We talked to that really nice couple before we went to bed.
We did. They kind of gave us a little bit of a hookup with...
they were like, go to this place tomorrow. We didn't, but...
Yeah, they were nice. Then we went to bed, woke up the next day. This was kind of our first full day in Vegas.
I woke up the next day.
You woke up. I slept in a little bit. And we woke up, and we were like, okay, let's get going early. Let's go do all the kind of touristy stuff. Let's walk down the strip, right? Now, Mandalay Bay is at the very end of the strip.
Yeah, closer to the sun.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Which
were like...
we didn't even see.
So...
Yeah, it's kind of like hidden.
It's not really close enough to walk to.
No.
I didn't care to.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, let's just start going, right? And so we started walking. We got ourselves all hooked up, packed up, and all that kind of stuff.
Water, sunscreen,
all that good stuff.
and we made our way out. And
you go ahead, tell the story. I'll show pictures.
Well, I don't feel like there's lots of stories, but we walked down the strip. We saw all the hotels. We went in and out.
Getting ready.
It's really interesting to see all the hotels, like how different they are and stuff. Like, they look so different on the outside than they do on the inside. But we walked through every hotel. You had to wear a mask in, which made me feel a lot more comfortable. Every single place, as soon as you walk in, there's hand sanitizer, there's masks, there's gloves. So you feel really good about that. We ended up going into the MGM Grand, which really was a good hookup because we got breakfast there, and then I was waiting for DJ to meet up with me, and this lady and her husband were walking by, and I heard them say to these people, they were like, "Oh, we don't want these floats. Do you want them?" And those people were like
rafts,
no.
like circle rafts.
Yeah, and she walks by me. I was like, "Are you getting rid of those?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I'll take them."
The one thing you do in COVID, right, is you take somebody else's...
Okay, but, like, they were free pool floats. Like, they were free pool floats, and I was thinking,
so
we need these for the lazy river at Mandalay Bay.
Yeah, now, mind you, we just started our strip hike.
Like, Mandalay Bay's
we were
here.
Just starting it.
We passed... I didn't even talk about New York,
and
which
Bree
was really cool.
Bree picks up 2 fully inflated...
They're, like, huge inner tubes. They're not like the tiny Walmart ones. They're, like, huge rafts. And we stand there for, like, 15 minutes probably trying to deflate them and, like, shove them in my purse. But in the end, they came in handy, so it was worth it.
Yeah, we spent a while deflating them so we can actually carry them.
What came first?
Carrying massive,
What came first, New York, or MGM Grand?
New York, because then we walked... No. Yeah,
I think
New York,
MGM
then
Grand...
we walked across to MGM.
Yeah,
New York's the first one.
New York was really cool, and I said... Was that one of the places I wanted to stay at?
Yeah, there's a handful.
There was a lot of places I've now decided I wanted to stay at.
I think we're gonna...
My family staying right beside...
I think we're gonna try to do, like...
Oh, you're saying Excalibur?
I think, yeah, it's something like that. It's like right near there, I think. No, we're saying an actual resort.
Oh, let us know how it is.
Yeah,
we're saying an actual
Let us know
resort.
how Excalibur
It is one of those, but it looks a lot older.
Excalibur is like one of the older ones.
Yeah.
And apparently it's run its course.
Yeah.
Like from the outside it looks amazing.
That's where they had the Sherwood Forest bar.
No, we're staying at like a Hampton like resort or whatever, but it's like right beside it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Excalibur. It's just not as nice as some of the other.
I think Excalibur.
Stop! I love Bellagio. Don't even get me started on Bellagio.
$200 a night to stay at the Bellagio.
That's probably about how much we paid a night. Maybe slightly less.
That's how much like all the.
That's how much every single place is.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Bellagio right now.
It's so nice. It's my favorite.
We didn't even go inside of it. I'm just. I knew we should have gone inside. I knew.
No. So okay.
It's like the world's largest Japanese garden.
We'll kind of group a lot of this together to kind of get through this day. So because we spent like pretty much the whole morning into the midday doing this kind of hike up and down the strip because we had to see everything, right? Except for apparently the one thing Bree would have liked to see.
Okay, we did see the fountains, and I was like upset.
That is
we stopped at the fountain. We stopped at Paris. Right,
okay.
So we walked all the way down. Paris is just slightly further than Bellagio. Then we came back, did the fountain, all that stuff. We kind of swirled back and forth throughout the trip, going back and forth into, crossing the street, going into every hotel we could. As you know, you kind of walk down the strip through the hotels.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them are connected and stuff like that.
Go inside, you cool off a little bit.
No?
The what?
The Venetian?
I don't think so.
No, we didn't. We saw it, but we didn't go inside. Yeah. You're missing one of my favorite parts of the trip.
The drink.
So, everyone is walking down the strip with these big, huge cups. I'm talking like, I don't even know how.
Easily,
there's like things that people blow at the soccer games?
Vuvuzelas.
It was like those with a lid.
The fact you knew that.
It was like those with a lid on it.
Yeah,
okay?
It was these like 2 to 2.5
Everyone has
drinks.
these, and I'm like, yo, like,
and they're
where'd
frozen.
you get those?
They're frozen slushy drinks. Yeah.
So
yep.
good.
I'm like, yo, and they're like, we got them here. So we stop and we find it's called Fat Tuesdays.
Fat Tuesdays. My
life is forever changed. I can't stop thinking about it.
So luckily we happened to find apparently there's 9 locations across the strip, right? Almost every casino has or every hotel has their own, right? Because of COVID, only 3 are open.
Because technically it's a bar, and so right now in Vegas you have to be a restaurant.
The way they work around it, is they brought tables out. And what they do is they have you wait in a line, and you have to sit at a table. They come and take your order. That is
so smart.
And then you leave, and then they bring the next person, and they clean the table and all that kind of stuff, right? So that it's not like a to-go thing. It's not a bar. Yeah. You're being served.
There was one place we stopped at. They had to serve you a bag of chips with the drink in order for you to take the alcoholic beverage.
And you aren't talking about like the stage hall, like 15,
it was
20,
36 ounces.
Yeah, I think
it had 3 shots in it.
And we got
Life
the extra
is
shots.
Good. So we bought it, and they were I think $18 a piece.
Yeah.
Which, and it was compared to $60 for 2.
And that was less. And you couldn't refill that. And like these ones you could refill for $13, which my dad was like, I can't believe you paid that much money for it.
But when you're there, you're like, this is a steal.
Compared to everything else. And he was like, but you could just get free drinks in the casino. But I was like, yeah, but that's not that. Like, I can't bring that to the pool. Like.
Yeah. Anyway, so we get that there. Luckily, somehow we found like the 1 out of the 3 that were like empty at that time. Like, we walked right up to it pretty much. And we were like, yeah, sure, we'll get this. We loved it. We kept walking down the strip. Found the Bellagio, watched the fountains and all that, which were really cool.
Beautiful.
Like, watching the fountains, like...
It was really fun.
I didn't think it was going to be as cool as it was.
Which song did they play when they did it?
The first one, it was kind of a pop song.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the first time we watched it was kind of more of a pop song. As we were walking up, because we heard the end of the show before us, and that one had more of like an Italian kind of like opera song, which sounded really cool. I was excited for that. I didn't know they did different ones. And I was like, and then this one started, I was like, oh, this is a weird song. How does this go into an opera Italian song? But it never did. And I was like, oh, I get it. Pretty cool though. Like it was pretty cool.
It was so loud. Like I wasn't expecting it to be as loud as it was.
Yeah. So then, we see that. Then we start making our hike back, right? Because we were gonna hang out with Randy that night.
Yeah.
Right. So we had that kind of all planned out. So we had to start making our trip back. I think nothing really of noteworthy. Like we kept seeing really cool stuff along the way, but nothing really of noteworthy on the way back. I was kind of getting grouchy.
DJ was definitely. I'm an experienced walker. I walk 5 miles a day for fun.
We walked.
No.
You don't understand though.
Cody, more than Europe?
Cody, she can handle her walking.
You have to realize I'm not going to work right now. So I literally walk for like 2 hours a day straight in Richmond. So when you're walking in Richmond at 2:00 in the afternoon, you can handle Vegas. Like that's nothing.
So like we're walking.
So
bring it, baby.
You're not in Europe walking shape.
No, she could handle herself in Europe.
No biggie. Like I love to walk.
Like this is how I knew it, right? So like what?
Or you can do the one. You can unplug my computer.
Does that stretch over there?
Yeah.
It should.
So, you know how like when we were in Europe, it's like, oh yeah, like we can walk that, and like maybe a little bit of us were like, oh, it's a little bit of a long walk.
Yeah.
Right, a little bit like that. So the next morning, Bree whatever, we got those drinks, right?
I'm obsessed with these
was
drinks.
Like, so from our hotel at Mandalay Bay, the closest location to us was like Hawaiian Marketplace.
Shops. Yeah.
Okay, which is easily a freaking mile away.
At least a mile.
Right? On the strip where you have to cross back and forth constantly, right? And Bree just kept going, yeah, we'll go there in the morning, get a refill, and come back. And I'm like, no, that's a whole hike.
It's nothing.
That's a trip to the gas station to refill her drink. That's how she's thinking about it. Like, she can handle the walking. Walking's fine.
Yeah, walking's easy.
Like, that's like,
so we leave the strip
she would have trouble
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm like snobby about where I'm gonna stay, but like I can walk. Anyway, I can walk all damn day.
We walk back. I'm exhausted from the walking and the drinking while walking and the summer heat.
I'm just drunk.
The Vegas sun, right? So I'm like, I've got to take a nap. I'm exhausted. So I take a quick little power nap. I think
because we had our Shark Reef tour at 3:30.
Yep. So our Shark Reef tour. Okay. Then I get up, we get changed. We were gonna go to the Shark Reef tour, and then go to the pool, and then wait for Randy. Kind of threw that out a little bit. We just went to the Shark Reef tour. We actually ended up being there way longer than we thought, and then we met up with Randy almost right after that. Yep.
I'm so sorry. This is so long.
Bree,
you might have to make this a 2 parts.
Start talking about the.
Oh my God! So first of all, I'm a little bit tipsy. I'm a little bit tipsy when we go to the Shark Reef because the drinks we had 4 shots in them because we got the extra shot. And DJ didn't finish all of his, so then I finished his like the alcoholic I am. Anyways, and I'm super excited for the Shark Reef because, hello, it's animals. Like, why wouldn't I be excited? So, the Shark Reef is in Mandalay Bay. So we walked down from our room. We walked back there. Thank God we had reserved tickets because they were like turning people away. They were like, if you don't have a reservation, you can't, like, it's full. So we get in there and we start looking through everything, and I'm just like the most obnoxious breed there is. Like, every other word out of my mouth is, wow, DJ, look at that, look.
And I kept going, Bree, you know you sound so sarcastic when you do that. And she's like, I'm not sarcastic. I'm just drunk.
I wasn't drunk, but I definitely wasn't sober. Even if I wasn't sober, it was amazing. They had a Komodo dragon, which I think is so cool. Awesome. I think they're really, really interesting animals. Did you know that their saliva has poison in it?
Really? I did not know.
Yes, it could kill you. Anyways, this was my very favorite picture. Can I show my picture?
Yeah.
Can you please put this on the podcast screen?
Deal.
This was my very favorite picture from the Shark Reef.
Looks like Dallas McDowell's.
Isn't he the cutest little? Look at that.
That's awesome. I will have to put that picture up on the screen.
I think
he is so. I've looked at that picture at least 3 times a day since I've took it. I don't know what else to say. We had fun at the Shark Reef. It was really cool. They have like these, you like walk through it. I don't know the right word to use, but it's like the ceiling is the aquarium. So I guess it's like there's a walkway through the tank and the sharks are like swimming over top of you and stuff. And we thought it was just like the one little part. But then we got to the big sharks. They were like, oh no, like this isn't the end. And so we got to the big sharks, and that was really cool. There were some kind of scary sharks in there. And I saw the sea turtle, which the lady was like, the sea turtles don't come out very often. So I was really excited.
Saw the sea turtle, which was really fun.
Yeah, I was really excited to see the sea turtle.
I saw Patrick Star.
That's awesome. Was that an octopus? Yeah, nah. Ugh.
Yeah, we couldn't really see him.
Big sharks.
But so the Shark Reef tour was really cool. I thought it was only going to be like 20-30 minutes. We were in there for an hour. So nice. It was really fun. I'm definitely glad we did that. Especially since they didn't have any shows or anything going on. I was like, oh, I want to see the Blue Man Group. That's what I want to do next time we go. Yeah, I really want to see them.
They didn't have any of the shows running?
No shows at all. So the Shark Reef was really good to go to. And after that, we went up and we got ready to go out to dinner with Randy because we were going to be meeting up. So I thought DJ was going to go back and sleep and I was going to go to the pool, but we just didn't have enough time. So we went back and we showered and got ready to meet up with Randy.
Met up with Randy.
He picked a really good place for
really
dinner.
Good. We met up with Randy and
Anna.
And had a really nice time. It was really nice seeing them.
Mm-hmm. It was really fun.
Shout out Randy and Anna.
It's been like a really long time since seeing them.
And
well, we saw Randy at Homecoming.
Yeah, like that's been the last time.
But we haven't seen Anna since. Well, no,
Well, I really put my foot in my mouth because she was like, "Oh, I met you before," and I was like, "I don't remember. I'm so sorry." Like I was so embarrassed.
You literally were like, "I don't think we've met before," and she goes, "Oh no, we have."
Oh, I was so embarrassed. I was like, "Sorry, I'm drunk." I wasn't even at that point.
Oh, graduation.
Yeah, well, that's what we pieced it. I think it was our senior.
I thought it was a soccer banquet.
So it was like a quick passing.
Yeah, so we put it together. I did.
Really, really nice hanging out with them. We got dinner with them at a really awesome place. It was in Old Vegas. It was down the street downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went from there to this really, really cool bar that like
inside Caesar's Palace.
Yeah, like what?
Vanderpump. It was called Vanderpump.
Okay, and it's like it sounds cool. It looked cool.
Let me show you pictures.
Okay, like they were telling us about it. We were like, okay, yeah, like we'll go to a bar. Like that's fine, whatever, right? Then we get there and we're like, wait, we're going in there? Yeah. And I was like, this is really fancy.
DJ, your shirt.
This is bowling shirt.
Did I ever show you that shirt?
Your stops the story. I love the outfits though.
I know we went all on the outfits.
Y'all killed it.
Thank you.
That was my gambling outfit.
Yeah,
it's like
we had a good.
It's like a bowler shirt.
We had a really good time.
I wore that with that hat.
Okay,
the white
I can
hat?
dig that.
No, he looked good.
Call you Uncle Dave from now on.
He looked really good.
Anyway, so we went to that restaurant and we all got there. We looked at like the drink menu, right? And we were all like, yeah, this is a one drink kind of place.
$18 for a drink.
For a cocktail. Now, it was...
I know.
It was fantastic. Like, it was really, really nice. Now, so you know how here, it's like, okay, if you go to a restaurant, it's COVID, right? You wear a mask in, you take the mask off,
until you get your
fine,
drink, and then
right?
you take it off, yeah.
There, no. Like, you wear your mask, and then once your food comes, you bring it down, you eat, you put it back up. Or, like, your drink's there, you pull it down, you take a sip, you put it back up.
Yeah.
Like, they're super strict about it. Like, Vegas is handling it very well. And when we're walking down the street, right, you're like, I thought it was going to be, okay, in the hotels, they're going to keep it pretty serious, maybe casinos, all that kind of stuff. I didn't think they were going to keep it serious with pools, right?
No, I didn't.
And I thought for sure, once you were outside on the strip, there's going to be free roaming, right? Everyone's going to be doing their own thing. No. Like, everybody was wearing a mask. Everybody.
Yeah, my family's we have like a box and everything we're to bring.
Every single person up and down the strip. Like, you were very hard pressed.
Like a box.
I'm sure you could have counted on your hands the number of times you saw somebody not wearing a mask on the strip.
He wasn't.
Right? Like, it was insanity. Like, it was really, really good. Really, really good.
I wore mine. I wore mine even on the strip just because.
And like,
I just felt nervous.
And like, you know how like
and it wasn't that hot. Like,
do you wear it in Richmond?
No, it's too hot to wear it in Richmond. I can't even wear it
dry heat.
From the Kroger parking lot to my car. But like in Vegas, I was perfectly fine wearing it. Yeah. So I just kind of kept it on for the most part.
Are my ears still red?
No, but you know what I realized about
I was
you?
Actually getting
a rash. You like the. It's not even a mask. It's like the fishing cloth, like when you go fishing and you wear it to keep your face from getting sunburned. You like those because you don't wear them over your ears really.
Yeah.
But like I
DJ's
really
just
got
a really
rash.
big head.
I do, so I can pull tight on it. Anyways, so anyways, we have dinner with Randy and all that. Really awesome. We go to this really fancy bar. We all get our drinks. Really, really good drinks. Then we go back to our hotel, gamble a little bit. Randy and Anna head out because I think it was like midnight.
Yeah, it was late.
It was like midnight. Like they're not on vacation. Like it was awesome that they were out there that late with us.
I think they had a really fun time though.
I hope so because like we had a blast. Like,
did y'all get a picture?
No, I was so pissed.
We got
at
pictures
myself.
separately. Like we took a picture of them and they took a picture of us.
Yeah.
Like I literally texted Randy the next day. I was like, I'm really disappointed that we didn't get a picture. Like that really, really sucks. Like I completely forgot. Like,
we just were having a good time.
So much fun.
But that's what's awesome though.
Yeah, we had a blast.
Randy's doing good. He's got a cool job. Another nonprofit.
Awesome.
Like
he has a dog.
He was telling us about. Yeah, he has a dog.
Wait, it's not vaccinated.
It is. Yep.
Well, I didn't know he had like gotten his own dog.
Giving our listeners who have listened to the Randy podcast some updates. Right. He got a different nonprofit job because he's all about them nonprofits.
Yeah. Good for him though.
Yeah, he's like managing grants and all that kind of stuff from different places and stuff. Really, really cool. Yeah, he's killing it right now. Yeah. He's doing really well.
That's awesome.
So that was awesome that night. We go back, we sleep.
I passed. We like flip flopped. Like the night before DJ was, I was like talking to him and he fell asleep in the middle of that. Yeah. And I don't even remember like going to bed. Like I was so tired. I was trying so hard to rally and I was like starting to get teary eyed. I was so tired. I was like, I need to go to bed. Like,
we were just squeezing so much into our days.
But it was like fun still though. Yeah. But I was just so tired.
So then we wake up the next day and we were like, okay, today we'll go down. We have our rafts. Like, the rafts made it.
So this is our last day there.
Our last full day. Like, our last day in general. We're leaving that
There's
night.
a lot riding on everything going perfectly on this. Like, boom, boom, boom. Like, everything I saw online has to go perfectly.
So, our plan was, okay, let's go down to the lazy river, right? Because we have these rafts. We found out that you can pump them up at the pool. Like, they have an air compressor and all that.
Okay.
So we'll go down, we'll fill it up. We'll do the lazy river for like an hour, maybe in 2 hours. Then we'll go get a refill of our drinks. Because this was Bree's idea. We'll go down.
Had to have that tank slushy.
We'll do that 2-mile trip to go get a refill of a drink that will be gone by the time we get back to begin with. So that we can then drink that drink at the pool. Okay? Yeah, so I'm like, okay. Anyways, we
DJ's
find
like,
out.
I'm tired of walking.
We find out that there's a really cool bar. It's -5.
I want to go back
bar.
when it's not COVID because
-5
it's an ice bar. You have to have a parka in there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to go back when.
And the
it's
front,
not.
I think the actual bar part might be closed. No, it's not. It's not now. But anyways,
That was where you had to buy the chips.
They have a slushy part, right? Now they weren't offering alcohol.
Not the day before.
But when we went there, because we were like, okay, we'll go there, we'll get them to fill it up, and then we'll swing by the store and get like a $16 bottle of little Tito's.
And pour them in, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So we'll make our own. No, like they were actually doing it the next day. So like we went there, they got us, they refilled. So apparently all of the adult slushies.
Hold on, we need to backtrack just a second because I want to brag.
Apparently all the adult slushies will all refill each other's bottles.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Which was really nice. Like, really awesome.
Yeah.
And like they'll charge you their refill prices.
So you could have gone there the whole time.
If we knew.
Womp womp.
Yeah. But we're happy about Fat Tuesdays because we went there a bunch.
I love Fat Tuesdays.
Okay,
we will come back to that. So what I meant by having a lot riding on this was, like, there were all these things the hotel was offering, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be for real. Like, you can use the pool after you check out. You can do this, you can do that. And I was like, that's too good to be true. So we got a late checkout. It was complimentary till 12. After that, it was $30. And I said, let's do 12. Like, that gives us enough time to, like, relax a little bit, but also pack up. And, like, we have to be out by 12. Like, that way we have a set time. Okay, let's not dilly-dally all morning. So we're out of the room probably by, like, 11:15. And one of the things that I was looking into was we have a suitcase. We had the suitcase I took to Brazil. So it's huge.
You're right.
And you could apparently leave it with, like, the bellhop or whatever those people, the concierge, for the day. And I was like, if this isn't true because of COVID, like, we're screwed. Because we had this suitcase, what are we supposed to do, drag it around the strip all day?
Which we did. We did do that in Germany.
We did that in Berlin, yeah.
Yeah.
If this is my 45-pound suitcase, I'm not about that life. TJ's already whining about carrying the backpack. Like, no offense, but he was. And so,
It was hot.
it was not that bad.
Okay, go on.
So they check it, and they can keep it till 9 o'clock when we leave, and I was just like, oh my God. Like, we had to tip them, but, like, I'm happy to tip you. You kept my bag all day. Like, you allowed me to have a good day.
Yeah.
And we go to check out, and it's virtual. We can do it, like, just scan in. And they were like, you can still use the pool even after you've checked out. And I was scared because of COVID, they weren't going to let us because we had to scan our room keys to get into the pool.
Oh, right.
And we got into the pool. And at that point, then I was like, it's going to be a great day. Like, thank God, because if those two things hadn't worked out, I think it would have been like, I would have been upset, I think.
So we go down, and we were just going to be in the lazy river for like an hour. We ended up being in there for like 2.5 hours.
Oh, we had so much fun at the lazy river.
Around and around and around. They had a nice little waterfall.
A waterfall. We kept pushing each other under the waterfall.
And then it was 3 o'clock was when that
the ice
5
bar
below was supposed to open. So we were like, okay, at 3 o'clock we'll go. You know, all kind of. We left our tubes there to save our seats because we had prime seats, right? Worked beautifully. Nobody took them on, all that kind of stuff. If they took them, who cares?
They were free. We don't care.
That's true.
So we came back with our newly filled slushies and all that kind of stuff. Got back in the lazy river. I think we were in the lazy river for like 5 hours that day.
Oh my God, I'm surprised our hands weren't extremely pretty.
At least. But like, it was just so perfect because like the temperature was so
nice. The water
nice.
temperature was so cool. And the air temperature, like, we kept playing this game. We were like, guess how hot it is. And DJ's like, it's 85. It was like, it's 101 right now. Like, I was cold when we got out of the pool.
We were playing the game when we started getting like, okay, I know it's hot here, but back home, this feels like 79.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, nope, it's 101. It's like, no way.
That's crazy.
It was so nice.
And so we were in the lazy river for a really long time, and we got out. We did a nice little traveling techers style, and like I think we both changed from our pool wear into our travel wear.
No. We had like 3 outfits. Yeah, we had our strip wear.
We had 3 outfits in our backpack for like that day because we had packed everything up in our luggage, right? So we changed from our swimwear into our walking up and down the strip wear, right? Because if you just say strip wear, it sounds weird.
Sorry,
fishnet
it wasn't
leggings.
stripping, I promise.
And then we walked up and down the strip one last time because Bree really wanted to see the Bellagio fountains again, right?
Thank God we did.
And we wanted to get refills on our Fat Tuesdays and all that. We kind of had a slight goal of going to the airport drunk. Slight goal.
Okay. I knew I was going to get drunk. I didn't think DJ was going to rally like he did. So we're walking back down the strip, and we fill it up on the way down to the fountains.
On the way down.
We fill it up on the way down.
And then this time at the fountains.
This is our second time drinking that. Mm-hmm. What was it, 36 ounces?
Yeah.
3 shots in each. So now, like, I'm on shot number 6.
Get there, okay? And this time at the fountain, they played, like, the Disney kind of music. Like, the kind of
You
magical
missed my
music.
favorite part.
Yeah.
I didn't miss it. I skipped over it on purpose. The second time we saw the fountains, it was beautiful. Like, I loved the kind of more,
so nice.
the more Disney-esque music. Like, it matched together a bit more. Okay? It's not that big of a deal. It's just her favorite part of the trip.
This woman was standing there watching the fountains, and we walked past her, and I made eye contact. She was like, "You have the most gorgeous legs." She was like, I was watching you walk up this way, and your legs are so gorgeous, and I thought I was going to cry. This lady, I was just like, and she was a good-looking lady. Like, she wasn't like some, like, grungy, nasty. Like, she was tall and thin, and I was just like, thank you so much. Like,
now buy me a drink.
That was my favorite part of the whole trip. I'm kidding.
The entire trip.
That's awesome.
Okay, back to the fountains.
The fountain, second time we saw it, it was amazing. Like,
yeah, really good.
Really, really cool. Highly recommend it. I recommend watching the fountains from the view of the hotel.
Right.
Because the first time we saw it from the street, and you have the Bellagio
in the background.
Right? Walk up to the Bellagio and watch from the side. You see Paris in the background. Much better. Mm-hmm. Much better.
Both views were great, but this is the way we watched it the second time.
And like the second time we watched it,
that's a really good
the more like
we had a really good time.
The more the Disney-esque music that played. It's not really Disney. It's more like fairy tale kind of music.
Yeah, but it wasn't like
the water like really matched up with it really well. It had like huge crescendos.
And the lights were also on at that point.
Mm-hmm. And like they had like you've seen the fountains, right? Yeah. You know when it's like it sounds like fireworks are going off, like pow pow pow. Awesome. Really, really cool. And like there was this one moment where like it was like brrr, like going all the way down, like really, really loud, and it goes like 60 feet in the air. It's like, wow.
It's amazing.
That's awesome.
Saw that, and we were like, okay, we had like a hard cutoff. We were like, okay, at 7 o'clock, we have to start walking back.
Because our flight was at 10:30.
Yeah, and we were supposed to make sure we got there in time. We started walking back a little bit early, which was great because then we spent a solid amount of time at Fat Tuesdays getting refills for the third time on the way back.
And this is where DJ really rallied. I knew I was going to get a third one. I knew I was going to drink that second one.
I still had like the bottom base of it, which is like
and
the
we're waiting
part.
in line, and I'm like, DJ, like, do you want another one? He was like, no. And I was like, okay, but I'm getting another one. Like, I want this. Like, this will make me happy. So I get mine, and he brings it back, and I pay for it. And DJ's like, you know what? I'll take one too. And I was like, yes!
But I still had like this much left. So like as he went back, I was just like finished it off.
But they were just so good. Oh my god. When you go, get the mango and electric lemonade.
I'm gonna be sure.
So good.
If I can squeeze it in my bag, I'll bring you back one.
Stop. Just bring me the cup. Just send me a picture.
That's what I'm saying. I'll bring you the cup back.
Just send me the picture of you drinking it.
Deal.
Like.
But like the cool thing is that we got like 3 of those for the price of one of these.
On Tuesday, I'll send you one. Me, we'll drink one on Tuesday.
Are you guys going for a whole week?
Yeah. We'll be there from a Saturday to a Saturday.
Your family doesn't need you. They should take me instead. They would love it. They'd be like, "Why is this girl so loud?"
I think they would be like, "You're here for the wrong reason."
Your family would not be able to deal with my BS.
Well, we're going to Grand Canyon and all that stuff too. So.
Are you guys renting a car while you're there?
We're going to rent one.
Okay, but you're flying. You're not driving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't fly with Spirit.
No, we're flying with American.
Okay, no, they're good. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just don't bring a dog.
Nope, no dogs.
That was in poor taste. I'm so sorry.
No dogs.
Anyways, so we get back to the hotel finally.
Get back to the hotel.
We're very
intoxicated
at this point.
We changed into our travel wear, our plane wear. And then...
So we started calling people.
Called an Uber.
Oh, and people.
Who were we calling?
We called like 3 people and no one picked up.
Oh, yeah, you didn't answer.
Yeah.
Kyle didn't even answer. Kyle always picks up my calls.
Yeah, we called you because why were we calling him?
Because we were drunk.
Yeah, you guys called me.
I think we just wanted to show off our drinks.
No, this is the picture that we sent
You
Cody.
guys called me at like 10:55 p.m. our time, which means it's 11:55.
Look at us.
And you're working the next day.
Yeah. I had to be up at 4:30 a.m.
This is the picture we sent you.
Yeah.
It'll be on the screen now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were feeling really good.
That's awesome.
And then we got picked up by our Uber.
She was cool.
She was very nice. She took us to...
Oh, her name was Felicia, because I remember I was going to be like, bye, Felicia.
DJ's face.
Then, just go ahead and edit like cricket noises into that.
Wow!
Then we got onto our plane and we took Spirit on the way back. And it was okay. They weren't late. This is why we can't do a visual.
We get on the plane, and the boy sitting next to me did Molly before he got on the plane. He and his friends were talking about how they did Molly.
They were like your stereotypical like frat dudes.
Yeah.
Right? Very stereotypical, right? And they were like getting on, and the dude did not look good. He was having a
He
bad
was
trip.
like
he was not a happy camper, right? And like before takeoff, he easily got up 2 or 3 times and like rushed to the bathroom, came back and sat down. It was like he was just out of it, right? And like his buddies were like, yeah, like that's what happens when you take Molly before a plane or something like that, something stupid.
And like I was still a little bit buzzed.
Yeah.
But I was starting to sober up because I was also getting pissed at the situation.
Yeah.
So then you know how I get, like, when it's done, it's done. And he got up during takeoff, which is a huge no-no, and ran to the bathroom.
He had to go. I'd rather him go than throw up.
He was okay after that, though, because I had a conversation with him, and he seemed nice. But I was
taking off.
Yeah, like the fasten seatbelt sign was still on. Like not like
like,
the
right?
wheels are
like,
leaving the ground, but like when you're still going.
It's still kind of hard to stand up and walk.
Yeah. Like,
and I was pretty agitated with him. Whoever you are, if you listen to this podcast,
okay.
You're wearing your mask incorrectly. It goes over your nose. There's no point in wearing it if you're just going to wear it over your mouth. And if you just take it off to talk to the person who's sitting right next to you on the airplane, it's not really that effective.
Your PSA announcement from Brianna.
Coming from someone who traveled somewhere that I'm going to get hate for, wear the mask. Like, the right way if you're going to travel.
So, on the way back, first flight, it was a midnight flight through Spirit. The seats were like cardboard, no padding at all.
Yeah.
0 padding. They kept the lights on the whole time. Didn't turn the lights off. On a midnight flight where people want to sleep, didn't turn the lights off. Had all of them on. The fluorescent ones going above, all of them were on. Right? Very annoying. Then we land. The next flight was from Orlando to Tampa to Fort Lauderdale. Mm-hmm. Better.
We got Moe's at the airport in Las Vegas, and it was the most amazing food I've ever had in my life. I just needed to put that in there.
Shout out Moe's.
Moe's is better than Chipotle. We'll Don't at me.
We'll fight it off microphone.
And then I think that's a good place to end it.
And no. This is the last thing, I swear. On our last flight from Fort Lauderdale to Richmond, there were 2 dogs on our plane. Wait. There was a puppy on our plane.
Actually, on the plane.
I booped his nose.
We're talking to Matt next?
I booped his nose. Looked like Xena.
Oh, wow. Shout out
Literally,
Matt looks just like Xena.
Literally looked just like Xena as a pup.
Shoot.
Booped her nose when he wasn't looking.
Literally looked just like Xena.
She was so cute and she was so good. And then a couple rows in front of us, there was a big dog. Big dog. Like, he had his own seat. It was like sitting up like this in his seat. Like,
it kind of looked like a dire wolf, honestly. Like, it was a big guy. Like, he had his own seat.
Wow.
But he was adorable. He was a very well-behaved dog.
That's awesome.
Too many kids on that flight, though.
Too many kids.
The kids behind us were kicking our seat during takeoff, and then I got up to go to the bathroom, and they were like this on the seats. They like passed out, and then I felt so bad for this one mom. Her kid had like the meltdown of the century on the plane, and I was like, "You poor thing, I feel you." That's how I felt when our flight got delayed. Yeah. So he was just showing it a little more than I was.
Overall,
good trip.
Such a good trip.
Overall, you survived a COVID-19.
Well, maybe we're getting tested this week, so.
Oh my God! Yes. What if we test positive? Are you gonna put it in the comment things?
We can post it on Instagram.
Yeah.
If you listen to
no, but okay, listen. If we actually have it, don't tell people we have it. I'm gonna be embarrassed, and then people are gonna be like, "You shouldn't have gone to Vegas."
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
The 5 people who have made it this long in the podcast are gonna be really disappointed.
If you're still listening,
this is the longest podcast.
If you're still listening, it's because of me. It's not because of these knuckleheads, obviously.
Because it took 22 episodes for us to finally get a girl on the podcast, and
I had a lot to say.
And that's okay. It was a good podcast.
You probably unfollowed them at this point if you're still listening.
Oh.
It's fine. True friends and fans will still be listening.
That is true. An hour and 22 minutes. Longest one.
Nice.
Longest one. But glad you guys made it back home safe to this podcast.
Yeah, it was a great time. It was a lot of fun.
DJ?
I will be going again.
Signing off in 3, 2, 1.
Bye!
That's my line!